Greetings and salutations. Today is a great day to manifest wonderful changes in your life. I'm Coach Carla Renee, and I want to welcome you to our daily affirmation. So, normally I would wear my single sassy, single save, single something shirt, but today it was important that I wear my affirmation shirt because today's affirmation is I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. Just keep saying that to yourself. I know you're thinking like I'm broken. I'm in pieces. No, dear. You are whole. You are whole. And your wholeness has to do not just with what you think you've lost, because what you're not realizing is you shedded that. You shedded that bad relationship. You shedded those friends. You shedded that job. You shedded those negative emotions. You shedded those things. And what you like, oh, but I lost a lot and I don't feel as big as I do. But you know what? Maybe as big as you were was cumbersome. Maybe it was you couldn't move like you needed to because you was carrying all that extra weight. But I am whole. I'm listening and looking at different things in the social media. And I'm going to have to comment because the Lord said, from the perspective of when you do a relationship the right way. If you don't do it the right way, these are the things that can happen. And I have examples of doing it the right way and doing it the way society say do it. And we see how it happens in society. But when you are whole, there is a peace beyond understanding. It is incomprehensible. You just don't understand. You just like, I don't even know how this is happening. I do, because you're whole. You are whole. You're at peace. All the stuff that you think you lost and you just gather and you think you need it, you don't need it. Have you ever tried to put a mirror back together? Like, all the stuff that you've lost is gone. And it's okay. It's okay for all this stuff to be gone. And quite frankly, you are much better off now than you were when you had all that stuff around you. There's so many times that I would just lay in my bed and just, I'm broken. I lost this. This ended. This happened. This. And I'm just like, ugh. But then I get up. And guess what? It's still the same. I get up and I start moving. And I think about, I still got out my arms and legs and body, brain, mind. I feel a little lighter. Because some of the stuff that you're holding is beyond weighing you down. It's dragging you internally down. It is just pulling on every resource that you have in your body. When people, I've heard of people being so stressed out that they couldn't have normal bodily functions like bathrooms and eating and things of that nature. Why would you do that to yourself? Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Be whole. Be who you are. It is okay. It is okay. Because in the end, it's only going to be you that you have to measure up to. And that was from yesterday. You only have to measure up to yourself. So in order for you to be whole, you need to understand that I let some stuff go. I shared. It's cool. It's all right. I'm getting better. And as you're getting better, you're understanding that you're not, you're not losing. You're solidifying your internal base. You're shoring up your foundation. You're making everything solid for you. Because when you get to where you're going to be, you're going to need the solidness of the foundation. Because all that other stuff was just floating around. Because it wasn't what you truly needed. I am whole. There's no pieces, broken, puzzle, nothing. I'm whole. Yes, all the pieces fell into place. I had a puzzle for the grandkids, and it was Spider-Man because they love Spider-Man. And so as they started using it, pieces started coming up missing. And I just looked to see what was going to happen. So I saw that they started taking pieces and putting what they could put together, and that's what they had, and that's what they played with. And they was content with playing with that bit. And so different grandkids has 5 or 6 pieces here and there. And I said, hey, let's put these pieces together. So we put them together. Everybody came with their little pieces, put them together. And there was a piece missing. I was just like, oh, well, let's see if we can find it. So I didn't, go looking for the piece because I figured once I stopped looking for it, then I would find it. And sure enough, it was in the car because everything winds up in the car. And I grabbed it. And the next time they were over, I said, hey, guess what? Look what I found. They put the piece together, and they just kind of looked at it like, oh, that's what it looked like, because we had lost the box. It's like, oh, that's what it looked like. Yes, I said, this is the whole puzzle. But they were still content to take their little pieces. Like, okay, I'm going to take the part that I had. And so they were content with that. You are more than a puzzle. There are so many pieces to you. And when you get them all together, then you're whole. But you also realize that there's some pieces that, like, yeah, I this is part of the puzzle, but I just need this piece because this is the Spider-Man piece I'm looking for. I just want to see the Spider-Man piece. All that other stuff was just environment, was just fluff. All that other stuff in you that you just like, I just got to have it, but then it fell away. That was fluff. Because it didn't add to your foundation. It didn't help solidify your foundation. It didn't really make you you. It was just what you perceived as, I have to have this. But you didn't have to have that. Look at you now. Look at you now. I am whole. As I look around my office and my studio and think about all the things that are here that I just like, oh, I got to take that. Oh, I have to take that. When I move, I got to get this. If push came to shove and they said, you got to walk away and you got to walk away now, all that stuff was just extra. It just made me feel good. These CDs and DVDs behind me, if I can't find a DVD player, I'm going to be messed up because I will not be able to play any of those. So what value do they have for me? I have books that I've read and reread. If something happened to me where I can't visually see because I don't have Braille or whatever, what value are they to me? What you have inside of you makes you whole. What you have inside of you is what you need to be holding on to. Some days it's an amazing day. And I feel like, yeah. And some days, not so amazing. And I'm like, ugh. But in both of those days, the one thing that is common is I'm still whole. I'm still me. I'm still doing what I do. And I'm excited about that. I'm growing more and more every day. I'm being more and more obedient every day. I am whole. I am whole. And once I mean, when I was going through my divorce, I just felt I'm so broken and this is terrible and why and how could this happen and just like I'm just going to really just make it try to make it work, and the Lord said no, and I had to be okay with that. And the way I came to terms with that was there was so much turmoil going on. I was just so internally just messed up. He took all that away, and I had a peace I had never experienced in my life. It was seriously as if the world stood still and everything turned off. It blew my mind because I had never felt that type of peace. It was the reminder that He is with me. I'm here, baby. I'm here. I got you. Listen to me and do what I say. And when I tell you I came out on the other end of that, because it was still just on me. Like I don't ever want to lose that. I want that again. It was then I knew what I had to do. And in that whole thing, He reminded me, you whole. You have what you need. Let's go. I've given you the path to walk. Let's go. I am whole. I am whole. And if anything falls away or I feel like it's broken off, I was done with it. Tighten up my base. I want you to definitely, this one of all the affirmations this week, keep reminding yourself, keep saying this, I am whole. When it starts getting rough and you think like, I'm losing, I am whole. When someone tells you you're not worthy, you're not going to make it, this is not for you, I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. I appreciate you being here with me today. This daily affirmation, more than any, when I woke up and started thinking about it, just meditating on it, reminds me I am whole. I'm itchy too. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm Coach Carla Renee. This is my daily affirmation. If you believe it and receive it, you will achieve it. You be blessed and have an amazing day.